people? It is morning coffee 2:31, and apparently I had to re-input my card again because apparently Google Wallet did not have my card, my Cash App card. So I put that back in. So all you guys that were saying that it was kicking you back out, well, I guess it's because Google Wallet for some reason did not take my card the first go around. So, but I've got it in there now because I got the email to prove it. So my Cash App is now attached to my Google Wallet. So if you tried Google Wallet and it did not work, try it now, because now I've got an email confirmation that says my Cash App is attached to my Google Wallet. So now it should work, no problem. So if you tried it and it didn't go anywhere, or it gave you an error message or whatever the hell it did, try again. Google Wallet, for those, just a reminder, Google Wallet's free. It doesn't cost anything. You just install Google Wallet, and anywhere in the world, you install Google Wallet, give them your credit card, then they'll ask you for bank information, and you just click the button, and it will automatically get your bank information. Unless you just want to enter it manually, but why? Why would you want to do that? So just click the button, and it'll automatically get your bank information for you, which is a hell of a lifesaver for me, because I'd have to be hunting all over creation for my damn bank information. So yeah, if you were having problems with Google Wallet sending me money, especially if you're overseas, try again, because now I have an email receipt that I did in fact attach my my Cash App card to Google Wallet. I could have sworn it took the first time. Who knew, right? I could have sworn it took the first time, but apparently not. So if you have been trying in vain to send me money via Google Wallet, now you can try again, because this time I got an email receipt saying that I added my card. So this time it should take, okay? Sorry about the inconvenience, folks. I mean, I had no idea, right? And as always, folks, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, donate, all that good shit, because it gets me out there, it gets me seen, and the more seen I am, and don't forget to subscribe, okay? My subscribers have kind of fallen off here lately. I was getting quite a few people subscribing, and then they just stopped, and I don't know why. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead, because it's right under the video. And let's see if we can't get some shit going and try to get out there to the masses, because, the information I have is usually pretty critical. It usually has to do with impacting your life. Speaking of Deep Impact, which was a movie years and years ago, still got Apophis out there, and still got Atlas out there, and still got Swan out there, and his 6 buddies. And so yeah, we're gonna. Oh my goodness, getting closer to that October 1st. See, supposedly on October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and I think even 5th, but for sure 4th. They're supposed to be taking some really cool pictures of Atlas and maybe even Swan. Depends on how fast Swan gets to Atlas. That cracked me up when I read that news article saying that Atlas had saw Swan coming and put it in full reverse. That just cracked me up. I thought that was funny as hell. But yeah, man, the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and maybe the 5th, we're supposed to get some killer photos of Atlas and maybe even Swan. Now, they're saying Apophis is still way out there, that it won't be showing up until 2029. But I'll remind everyone, the initial story from NASA is that Apophis will show up in 2024 or 2025. And so now they're kicking it back to 2029. Okay, why? Why are they doing that? Well, that's a good question. And inquiring minds want to know, and all that good shit. So I don't know. We'll see how things are going on that. But for sure, we should get a hell of a show with Swan and Atlas. Let me reiterate again for those of you that may not know. Atlas has been farting, and I know how funny that sounds, but it ain't so funny when you find out what is farting. It is farting cyanide gas, which is deadly poison. And if the dust cloud is big enough to where it completely engulfs the earth, bye-bye. Yeah, not good. Bad thing, very bad thing. And so, I cried out to my ET friends and the gods and goddesses of the universe, and they have said, okay, and the next thing I know, I'm out there looking up for Atlas, and it says, oh, here's a new rock called Swan, and it's just booking it as fast as it can go, heading straight for Atlas. And they said it's making minor course corrections. Okay, well, now wait a minute. If it's making minor course corrections, that ain't a rock, because rocks go straight, right? They go straight. Okay, so this ain't no rock. Not if it's making minor course corrections, which it is. Okay, so it's obviously, it's either sentient or it's under some kind of intelligent control. Period. Because it's making minor course correction. Every time Atlas moves a little bit, it moves a little bit. It corrects its trajectory. Okay, well, that's the sign of intelligence. Okay, that's not a rock. Okay, rocks don't give a shit where you move to. They just keep going straight, So this thing is obviously under some kind of control, or it's some kind of sentient being of some kind. Who the hell knows? We're not up there. And for those of you that are on flat Earth, I will remind everyone that we do have this massive stratosphere above our heads that is just huge, miles and miles and miles, like the old song from the 60s. I can see for miles and miles and... Yeah, that song. From 1960, 68, 69, some shit like that. Anyways, but yeah, so, I don't know what it is, but whenever you bring up flat Earth, everybody shrinks the Earth down to next to nothing, No, you got miles and miles and miles up above the atmosphere, past the atmosphere, to work with. And not only that, but you've got 3 concentric rings besides our little ring. Okay, so yeah, you got the Rockefeller ice wall around our little place on the infinite plane. But then you got another ring of islands and continents. I guess, well, they're big enough, I guess, if you call them continents. And then you got a third ring around that with more land. Okay, so there is tons and tons and tons of land out there to which to launch anything. Meteors, weapons, ships, whatever you want to do. Because there's tons and tons and tons of land out beyond the ice wall. So, with that in mind, even if you're on flat Earth, you're still going to have to deal with this shit, whether you like it or not. It's a little bit different trajectory, but not really, because, all they got to do is take it up, way up into the stratosphere, and then just drop it, right? Yeah. Just take it up way up in the stratosphere, drop it, and it looks just like a meteor, right? Yeah. So it doesn't matter whether you're on flat Earth or on the globe, either one, you're still getting it. Getting what? I'm still not 100% sure, but you're going to get something. But I'm hoping that they get nice, cool pictures of this thing to show us, whether they be CGI or not. I still want some cool pictures. Even if they're CGI, I still want some cool pictures. Show me something, Give me some kind of encouragement, especially if Atlas is getting its ass beat by Swan. I want to see that. I want to see that shit. It's funny. If you seen 7 rocks coming your way, what would you do? Yeah, you'd put that fucker in reverse, right? Yeah, fuck yeah, you would. Holy shit, there's 7 rocks coming straight for me. Put it in reverse and take off flying. Now, normally the speed of Atlas is 130,000, right? That's the normal speed of Atlas. Well, now they're saying that because they put it in reverse, they've kicked in the afterburners, and now it's 300,000 miles an hour. Because it's trying to get the hell away from Swan and his 6 buddies. So, okay, there you go. So that, I would do the same thing. If I saw 7 rocks coming for me, I'm going to put it in reverse and get the hell out of there, right? Yeah, absolutely. Common sense will tell you that. So that's what I'm hearing through the grapevine. Ooh, I heard it through the grapevine. How much longer will you be mine? Apparently not very long. Isn't that right, Candace? Ooh, I heard it through the grapevine. And I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, yeah. Anyways, so that's what's going on as far as I know right now, and we're gonna keep an eye on it. I've got my ear to the ground, and we're gonna try and keep you updated on the festivities, and hopefully we'll get us one hell of a light show. That's what some are claiming. Some are claiming there's gonna be a hell of a light show in the sky. But now, see, my what I'm hearing, and I've heard this from multiple sources, is that Apophis, the Atlas ain't even going to hit us not hit us, but fly by in December. Atlas isn't even supposed to come anywhere near the Earth until December. That's what I'm being told. Now that could be wrong, because everybody else is saying no, it's a lot closer. Well, I think it's going to be a lot closer than that too, but they're saying December, so that's what I'm going to go with. But ironically, that gives Swan and his 6 buddies just enough time to beat the shit out of Atlas before they get here. Because remember, if they let loose another one of them gaseous clouds and it hits our atmosphere, we're done. We're done, folks. Ain't no coming back from that shit. Cyanide is deadly poison to all life on Earth. It just is. It just is, man. And if one of them big ass clouds hits the planet, we're done. And that's where, and that's why, I cried out to the ET friends and the gods and goddesses of the universe. I said, hey, we can't get hit by one of them gaseous clouds, man. Because we're toast if we do. And then the next thing I know, boom, here comes Swan, literally out of nowhere. And even the astronomers said that. They said Swan just come out of nowhere, and he's flat out shitting and getting, man. I don't know how fast he's going. I'd have to go look, but he was moving fast. And then when he got to Earth, they said it was like he kicked in the afterburners because his tail got twice as long and the globe was twice as big. So he kicked in the afterburners. That's what he done. He's kicked in those afterburners and he's heading straight for Atlas, man, as fast as he can go. So this should be very interesting, We'll see how things develop on that. But once again, if you're using Google Wallet and you tried to send me something and it didn't take, please try again, because I for whatever reason, I guess it didn't take my card the first time. So now I've got an email receipt where it did take my card. So if you tried and it didn't work, try again, please. Sorry about the inconvenience. I thought it took it the first time, but apparently it has not. So try again, please, and you should get through this time, hopefully. I'm not sure how Google Wallet works. I've never used it before myself, but it should be pretty routine. Just say you want to send some money to $ James Paul von Helton, and that should get the money right to me. I guess they'll give you an option of who to send it to, right? And then you should see my name up there, hopefully, and then you just click on it. Otherwise, if you don't see anything, then just put $ James Paul von Helton in the slot there, and hopefully it'll get to me. We can try and see, right? It don't hurt to try, right? I mean, it's free. Google Wallet's free. It don't cost you nothing, and it doesn't take up any room on your mobile device either. And it's virtually invisible. It doesn't take up hardly any room, and it's free, and it does all the work for you. Well, hell, what's wrong with that, right? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. So so please give it a try, and let's see if we can get something rolling here. And I apologize for that. I could have sworn it took my card the first time, but it's saying no, and now I've got an email receipt saying it did take the card this time. So we for sure have the card where it needs to be. So please try again, and let's get some donations coming in. I still need to get dog food for Sharpie for the trip, and I need to get a full tank of gas. Okay, so the dog food, a bag of dog food used to be $22. It's now $30 because it went up. Hey, Trump, I thought you was going to lower the prices of everything. Yeah, yeah, we seen how long that lasted, didn't we? Anyway, the dog food went from $22 to $30, and a full tank, a full tank to get me down the road would be at least $40. So so that's $70. So if I can get $70 worth of donations, I can be back on the road again and getting things done that needs to be done. So help me out if you can. I appreciate it. Any gift is welcome, to get me to my goal. But please help me out. Being stranded in my hometown that doesn't want to help me isn't very productive, because they don't want to help. They got rid of their unemployment office. They got rid of all kinds of stuff, and so now it's just kind of a joke, really. But anyways, that's going to do it. Just wanted to give you a quick update on Google Wallet, because apparently my card didn't take. It's like, what the hell? But it's in there now, so feel free to try to send me something if you can. If you still have trouble, feel free to email me, vonhelton@hotmail.com, vonhelton@hotmail.com. Just email me, and I'll be glad to help you if I can. Try to get the Google Wallet working, because I do need it working, because everybody needs. I'm going to try and get a hold, now that I've got a working phone number, I'm going to try and get a hold of Stripe, see if I can get the Stripe working, because somebody said they had Stripe. I'll try and see if I can get that working. And we'll see if we can get stuff happening, okay? Alrighty, that's going to do it for me. Y'all have a pleasant day, and better tomorrow. Bye.